Wukong, and so getting owner one of
Check sound, check sound, check sound. Welcome guys.
through this split for T1, even though he's had a couple of speed bumps.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Canyon though answer with the Zen immediately.
Yeah, so good pairing on the other side at least. Get what you can. Now the biggest question is it going to be something like the Rumble for top? Because
overlay-nya agak beda ya.
With Oriana, with Xin Zhao, or Wukong in certain cases has been so good, but Sion has as well. And for Keen, seeing him on tanks already, it's been his Keen Sante, it's been the Ambessa.
Yeah, Sion lock-in would be good, you know, get that really valuable front line. Sion is just an insane champ right now, and provides a lot of value with the possibilities of
T fighting, T apa jir?
and lane swaps being so prevalent, this always gives you
Ini kenapa overlay-nya beda cuy ya?
Ambessa, Rumble, those types of things.
Lagi bermasalah kayaknya ini mah overlay in-game nggak sih?
Ambessa, this has been one of the champions that he has been able to actually carry games on. So let's see as we progress.
Dari kemarin kayak begini kah overlay-nya coy?
Banning out the Xayah because they're the ones running the dive comp.
Yep.
And so they want to remove the easy safety from Ruler.
Maybe then we start questioning things like Ezreal, but when you see Sion on the other side, that might fall out of the wayside again. We've had problems with seeing Ezreals into hard tanks.
Oke, voting.
Remember things like the Caitlyn still up available, no longer. Gen G going to ban that away first. And the 80 carry pool getting real slim real fast.
Yeah, Guma definitely.
Di sini posko janji ya.
He also pulled out the Ashe. They got the Ashe buffs.
BO1 ya ini. Iya. T1 kemarin kalah ya. Maksimal kalah 3 kan coy. Kalau udah kalah 3 udah nggak bisa lagi ya.
So let's see here, Genji gonna whittle a little bit further down on that pool as well. Ruler's Lucian taken out for the mid game.
Are we gonna start talking about Corki?
Bang mau nanya soal Yu-Gi-Oh. Wah udah lama nggak main gue jir. Udah berapa tahun nih?
From Oriana, from this lockdown front to back that's building.
Yeah, and they are looking with a dive comp, so things that will help a dive comp. Yeah, Sivir or Kai'Sa type stuff, but Guma is just not a Kai'Sa player, so you don't have to worry about that versus him. Don't have to drop any resources there, and so they ban the Sivir instead.
So as I go through, it's only been
Kalah sama CFO kemarin, makanya jir.
Swiss stage here for T1. We're about to find out now. It could also be an early support. We've run out of time.
I mean, Jin is something you always think about with Guma. That is like something that can play with dive comps because you stand further back and you can land long range. But your Jin versus a Scion just means that you just never get to kill that Scion. So they do like eventually you're gonna have to kill the Scion somehow. And so they kind of got to cover the.
Gue udah lama nggak main Yu-Gi-Oh Bisma.
At least this computer just the lobby.
Gak tau gue masih tak bisa jawab apa enggak.
We'll be on a cliffhanger.
What's the 80 carry
for the rest of the draft?
We will not know. I mean, there's 4 80 carry bans in that second phase, plus the Yunara. So it is nice that again we are just throwing kind of Hail Marys out into the.
Iwan drawnya ampas mulu ketemu top 1 semua region. Emang gitu nggak sih tekniknya coy? Dia menggunakan teknik lower bracket jir.
This morning, you know, semi-full for the arena, and now there are a lot more people here for Gen G T1.
Wow,
you know, you sell tickets for Gen G T1.
I for one am shocked.
Yeah,
there are more people
it's a mystery.
coming to see T1 play than to watch
like AL or something. I mean, it is crazy.
Well, that FlyQuest TSW.
Well, okay, I was going to say, but like in comparison, LPL fans, of course, you know, here in China, there's so many, but the Korean fans as well have been exceptional.
Coba tanya ke channelnya ini deh. Bukan Hell Kaiser, ke Hell Kaiser bisa. Siapa nama channel Yu-Gi-Oh Indo yang pakai topeng itu ya? Coba tanya ke dia, kayaknya lebih bisa jawab tuh kayaknya.
From the States, right? What, 16, 14 hours?
It took me, I had some extra issues, but it took me 36 hours.
What? What do you mean 36? Where'd you go?
Well, I had a layover and then there
Mabar Sakura School Simulator yuk. Apa tuh kok kayak mencurigakan gitu judulnya?
Drop by, then you went down to Italy and then you went up and around and came over to China.
Menurut lu lebih jago Doran apa Zeus, Gor?
They were not my
Kayaknya Zeus sih. Gue belum lihat Doran yang kayak jago gitu sih. Kalau Zeus sudah berkali-kali, jir.
Get in the
Cool.
zone.
No,
So,
just
Hysterics,
Faker.
how do you keep focus? Or do you keep focus when you're
Well,
faced with a
I
pause?
am a
How do you calm down? Do you meditate?
I am not the person to ask. I've never calmed down in my life. How do I keep focus? I lose focus. A lot of people have heard me before will know I lose focus a lot. That is some of the problems. Sometimes it's hard to say, you know, like sometimes I'm in a game, I'm seeing a fight happen, and there'll be a lull time.
Selalu ada tag pause ya, kenapa ya?
Did I buy groceries from my pregnant wife before I left?
Kemarin ada nonton nggak? Ada tag pause juga nggak coy?
She gets some eggs, you know. That's where I go.
You should like do a delivery app, send them over.
No, we did before I left. I made sure. That's right. That's a good reminder. Actually, I did. I actually opened up the app and helped her because they can do deliveries. Because like in
Quote-nya kasar sekali, Mac.
as well, you know, with Woolies.
Mac itu member-member kecintaan.
Yeah, Woolies. Well, worse. But
Oh, that's the name of an app.
yeah. But Woolies is the thing. You don't need.
Ini BO1 ya.
Kobe opened me up from this one, but I'm so sorry. We're gonna hand
Aku mau
it back.
tanya Eternal Love masih main bang? Udah nggak main jir, udah berapa tahun gue pensiun.
Thank you, Hysterics. We were looking
Itu Ragnarok paling kikir tuh anjir. Nggak pernah ngasih apa-apa ke gue.
Of course, it is a technical
Mulai
issue.
redeeming.
The issue, and we'll keep you updated as we have more information. In the meantime, you get to come back to the desk with us. We just said goodbye to Busio. We heard from them all about the history of the matchup, and we're wondering what that next pick in the draft is going to be.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a Kaiser. Like on
Well-
paper, that's to me what it looked like.
The thing is, you know, Kaiser is something that Guma did play during playoffs for T1, but didn't go too
Wih, suara apa tadi tuh cuy? Ada ngebug dia.
I felt like the team didn't really operate around it well, and it's something that over Guma's career hasn't been the most successful pick for the team.
Udah langsung aja kasih pialanya ke AG. AG? Anyone Legend. Itu AL ya? Iya kan AL itu AGAL ya? Kalau stream dapat YouTube drop nggak bang? Kayaknya tidak cuy, belum ada info sih soal dropnya nggak sih?
As well.
Lu dukung siapa Kur? Aduh, ada Karbit T1 cuy. Tentu saja gue dukungnya Genji bro.
Interesting when we started seeing T1 ban out that
Langsung aja Genji win. Iya loh, pakai acara tag post apa sih tag post
Still
dia?
have the Corki open, Zeri open, Kaiser, Jin. So I feel like that the options are still.
Mulai event WR-nya kapan? Yang dropnya itu ya? Coba gue cek di websitenya. Mungkin setelah stage ini kali cuy. Ini kan Swiss stage ya.
Yeah, you can see on your screen some of the early picks that we have already seen from.
Menurut gue sih bakal deket-deket ke final ya, supaya nontonnya itu rame gitu. Menurut gue nih.
The Aurora champion that's been rising. I mean, we already saw it in game 1 today. I'm a little surprised to be seeing it often used as an answer into the Oriana because
Sempet-sempetnya Wild Rift ngasih patch L jir. 2 days ago. Gokil ya Wild Rift ya. Sempet-sempetnya ngasih patch L dulu sebelum big update. Wing rip. Patch dari A sampai L cuy.
A lot of teams really value in the world's meta.
Yeah, do you think the changes they did to Oriana before coming in the Worlds patch has helped? Even though she's still super high prio, still super strong.
12 patch aja.
A little bit more bearable.
My big question is actually about one of the bands.
Prediksi top 4 Kur. Waduh, siapa ya? Genji, BLG, HLE mungkin. Ini berapa hari sih? Sampai November deh kalau nggak salah. Tumben tag post kemarin pas gue nobar juga tag post jir. Ini ada nonton nggak sih kemarin? Kemarin tag post nggak? Tag post nggak kemarin coy? Coba kita cari Nardi, mana Nardi ya? Nobar nggak Nardi?
And I think we've seen the pick-up value. LPL shown that both domestically and at this tournament. And I think it's clear that it's working in scrims, and it's just the LCK teams. And especially what was surprising is like players like Canyon, who historically have been so good in the Kiana, were struggling to make that impact on the stage. So I think clearly the pick has worked for the LCK teams in scrims, and it's just, you know, obviously...
Tag post gue nonton live lo Kur. Udah tahu belum kalau ntar di LPC ada event winter? Udah. Akhirnya ya, setelah bertahun-tahun ada map winter bro. Udah lihat juga tuh gue trailernya. Banyak banget player yang meminta adanya map winter. Katanya akhirnya dikasih cuy. Kapan terakhir itu cuy? Kayaknya semenjak update 2015 ada nggak cuy map winter?
FlyQuest VKS. Because the thing that I've learned is that if something's good, You always want more of it. There's no such
2016 terakhir.
I was gonna say the
Gokil.
good news about this is that they then can't meet in elimination.
Berarti semenjak update map, update engine League of Legends sekali doang ada ini.
It means that they can't rematch in any
Apa 2 kali mungkin ya ada map winter, bis itu nggak ada lagi.
To remind people that we are of course in the 1-on-1 group right now. The winner of this will move naturally to the 2-on-1 group to join. Right now I think it's FlyQuest, Top Esports and CFO.
It is, yes.
So there's a lot of strong competitors up
Gue mau
there.
tahu weekly count nggak ada lagi cuy, di pihak ketiga udah nggak ada lagi weekly itu. Tapi kemarin tag postnya nggak, iya Jin, kemarin biasanya cepet tuh kayak under 2 menit gitu loh. Final tetap streaming kah? Nah untuk final itu belum tahu gue cuy, karena kalau final itu tuh dia biasa harus ada izin dulu. Gue nggak tahu nih yang World ini tuh gue bisa live final atau enggak. Tapi datang ke ini nggak sih coy, ke watch party-nya di Belpar di mana sih? Kasih tahu kayak dekor biar dukung janji. Jadi dia kerja nggak sih? Hari Sabtu ya?
Up to the point of the hardware issue.
So no changes,
So
fortunately.
no changes. It seems likely that we will return to pick 4, as we had already seen all 5 bans for both sides, but certainly at the very least, all 3 of the initial bans for each side and all 3 of the initial champions.
I do like that the drafts are going. I mean, we've seen this matchup many times before.
Oh,
so
stream kayak deh.
it's a surprise. But I like the fact that Busio was talking a little bit earlier. Oh, I don't need to yap anymore. The
We don't
captain
need
can
to
take
map.
it back.
Jake, Kobe, take it away. Your turn to yap.
Hah?
All right. So we get back into the
Oh tadi bahkan belum selesai draftnya cok.
I mean, yeah, the Faker Aurora. We'll see though. Okay, so we catch back up. All the 80 carry bands come right back
Oi, oi.
through. All
Lama banget pause-nya anjir.
Going to be Guma here because I assume they're gonna say, okay, so they slam.
Kemarin lu nonton nggak Nardi?
Here we go. This one for the long history. You know, has
Tiap
been
gue
one of the
nobar
champions
pause mulu nih.
has been trying to add to the
Kemarin lancar sih.
As Ox is saying.
Dan kemarin juga pause-nya pasti one aja.
And here we go. They're gonna go with the full dive comp.
T1 berarti itu pakai apa sih? Pause buff.
Gak mungkin kan yang di gedung Mercedesnya ini juga kena dos aja.
Harusnya enggak sih.
Instantly.
A lot of dash going into that set, Poppy.
Certainly is. I like how quickly we finished the picks and pens.
Wild Ref itu bukan.
Time to think this through and finish up.
Jarpan gak di-pick lagi kah? Di-pick tergantung komboannya mah.
I mean, even before the Corki and Poppy, but the Corki and Poppy also round it out super nicely. You get safety for Ruler, you get the Poppy steal away, deny it from Carrier, also interrupt literally every champion on T1. This Duro Poppy value is got to be like maximum Poppy value that you ever get. Plus, Gen.G have the mega tank of the patch, Sion here, the GOAT on the front line. So really do like this look from Gen.G. But T1, we got, you know, this dive comp, this spicy comp that you can look to try and create plays with here. So let's see if they can do it.
Single game, single best of one. I mean, it's not what they're used to, but in the second time ever, T1 and Gen.G will head on to the Rift for about 30 to 40 minutes.
T1 and
And then
Gen.G.
go home for the day. But the winner will move up into best of threes. And while the loser will do the same, they will then be on elimination point for those said best of threes. And what's crazy for all those teams down there is that they'll face up against either T1 or Gen.G to keep their dreams at Worlds alive. It is such a fun position for our tournament, considering that our 1-1 teams, 4 out of 6 of them in the total of today, have either a domestic championship or a world title of some sort.
Aurora Dilol juga baru bukan Sikur. Iya, termasuk baru.
Nah itu aja nyilah. Baru keluar langsung masuk pabrik kan.
Ruler Corki 14-4 career record on the champion.
Gak tau juga sih gimana mereka mikirin urutannya gitu.
Kaiser is 10-18. So for Guma today, let's find out if it's a redemption arc on this champion. And how the learning is going for him as well. Now, standard lane so far, Kobe, we did talk about the potential with this Sion as great damage thanks to the shield from Keen.
Hampir setiap match selalu ada Sion.
If
Iya,
it was
laku
going
banget.
to be a lane swap was my meaning, but it is pretty standard for the Sion. He's flexible either way. I think especially for Doran.
Karya tank sama dengan Win. Nggak seru cuy, nggak ada kira-kira MM lagi.
Both junglers to look to influence, and brush camp for Gen G. Do they get any value here? Any early burst?
Quite good.
Minute.
Yeah, very small. Bakal thrown out as well. Level 1 Alistar. Classic as the rush for level 2 will begin. Jungle starting top.
Yeah, Kaisa and Alistar not super strong early on, obviously. And Keria is still going to try and go for the headbutt here, and they are going to give up a little bit of the brush control. T1 with the very close
Yang
brush
seru
forward
kemarin tuh yang TFO itu
on their side, but still going to have to
Kenapa?
see the level 2 push.
tabrak terus aja.
Might probably, maybe not. Evened it out.
Yeah, matched in the end. Duro still just sending it into Guma. Shield denied, but still Guma stepping up to the wave. It seems harder and harder. Great block. There's that floppy interaction, and we're going to expect a lot of that barrier for barrier and heal as well. Ruler outpaces the pulverize from Keria. And G come out slightly ahead, but Keria also has that triumphant roar that is going to help with some of the sustain.
Yeah, he has the extra sustain with both sides using their barriers and heals. The combat summoners invested in the trade down there. Speaking of the trade.
Nice sidestepping from Chobi, at least getting one out of the two. Half HP.
Ngobrol sama siapa kok sama Nardi?
Deep waters, we look at the picture in picture.
Yumi di turnamen nggak guna ya?
True, I like that.
Iya, kayaknya nggak ada make ya.
Tri-cam.
Delay.
The tri-cam. I like the tri-lane.
Si ultinya kan udah nggak tuh kalau yang di PC
You
itu.
get to see who's
Oh iya.
junglers on bottom side.
Sama yang
as
harusnya.
well.
Ya nanti wildnya mau
So the
digituin
kind of
sih setahu
scraps
gue.
on bottom side are going to be meaningful, but nobody too low.
Sama yang udah nggak bisa pindah-pindah ke orang lain teh ya.
Summoners used down there. So see if Xin and Wukong as they finish up their last camps can throw anything into it, but quite probably just going to be a bottom side Scuttle Crab there for Owner on the Wukong, and Canyon traversing up towards the other side to trade instead, as the T1 bottom lane has pushed back out.
So it's going to be a slower early game. We'll wait for these ultis and around grubs usually. Seems to be quite a bit of contest in World so far.
Tadi TSW kalah.
Smash onto Doran, he gets his grasp.
Yeah, and his
Paces a
jungle.
little bit.
Yang make Kiana win terus dari kemarin.
One flash in.
Kiana bagus sih.
Finds perfectly to get away. Decimating smash first, and there we go. Wind becomes lightning after the audacious
Yang
charge.
pakai Kiananya kebetulan yang jago-jago soalnya anjir.
Yeah, the vision stuff here from Canyon. You know, second respawn.
Aura di PC broken kah? Aurora. Oke kayaknya. Broken kayak enggak ada dia.
Broken mode enggak. Cuman masih bisa nge-delete orang. Gampang masuk ke belakangnya soalnya.
In front of tower to clean up, so
Fake up.
Keen doing really well.
Oh, buat
with
itu.
the CS at the moment.
Didn't want to flash there in mid. Was worried that Faker was going to send out the twofold hex with the mana he had left and look for the solo kill, but Chobi gets away. Teleport back in. Faker will probably do the same after he gets the push here, and both TPs will be down.
Paling broken Cipen apa di LoL?
But he's also
Apa ya?
pushing in the wave. As Chobi, you can see on the minimap, sends it back. We are looking at bot just simply because
Enggak. Apa ya, nggak tahu kalau di yang nyari yang paling broken.
holding to the back of their minion wave.
Udah gak ada sih sebenarnya.
Yep, Doran trying to pass through here. See if he can
Dulu
get-
ke Sante mungkin.
Oh, he
Sekarang
did
juga
pull away,
ke Sante udah biasa aja.
really much there. He's gonna cancel the
Iya.
recall then.
Kalau sekarang lagi gak ada yang kayak apa ya, yang
So
maspik
well.
banget
That's
kan
one of the
gak
things
ada ya.
about Keen. Like, he can play literally any type of top lane champion and plays it super well. So he goes back and he gets his Bramble Vest purchase on Scion. Really effective here versus the Grasp and Vesta. Meanwhile, bottom side,
Yeah, we're just, again, just playing a little bit frisky on the edge here.
they did see Canyon on that ward. That ward by Raptors.
Wukong, emang Wukong OP?
On the way.
Kuat lah itu kan. Jungle tuh kayak ada apa ya, Sinjau,
Backs off though from the drive rush. Still
Wukong,
got Krugs to take and half the way to
Prango.
level 6.
Kalau Kiana tuh gara-gara clear,
Match
itu
owner
yang
here, who's also
kuat-kuat
doing
ya.
the same thing. Bottom side for the
Cuman kalau
Crop,
OP banget tuh
but that
enggak.
dragon has well and truly spawned, so T1 with getting a bit of a push here might think about their options.
Lagi gak ada yang OP itu sampai kayak harus di first
On
pick tuh.
Vision, I think that they should just be able to get it. Gen G play a little bit for the later game. So T1 finish this one up. Pushing in, Doran pushing in, or Keen pushing in Doran on the top side as well. So after top side Scuttle Crab, let's see what Canyon will do with his extra time.
Go for the invade on Raptors. Timing is close.
Yeah, probably get the ward just there.
Yeah.
Scuttle Crab first.
And go in. First Dragon of the game goes to T1. As Bot gets a push in here, but it is a cannon wave, so Ruler won't lose a thing.
Again, this Gen G comp does scale quite nicely. Beefy Scion. We've seen Scion just have so much success at this tournament.
That's a good champ right now, hey?
Yeah, value of the front line has been huge. Teamfight's pretty straightforward.
His laning phase also, like, who punishes it these days? You know, Doran picked this pick into it, but obviously we've been swapping around, but he has great wave clear, he's got a shield, and he has mobility because of his ult, plus a great engage tool on top of the one he already has. Also picked up a Bramble Vest here too, by the way, so early AD damage from this Ambessa.
Ego gimana, Kor? Ego juga udah biasa aja.
But just a flat armor.
Udah gak pernah dipakai malah aja.
All right, Spellbook teleport here out for Duro to arrive a
Di
little
turni ini gue belum lihat ada dipakai lagi.
They will match on the top side.
Every time.
Dari seasonal juga gak ada yang pakai dah setahu gue.
It is just such a good answer. The Poppy value in this game, as we said in Champion Select, it's just going to be massive.
Yeah.
Every single champion.
Diem baik, Bang. Apa yang harus kita bahas, cuy?
Ini game soalnya lagi ngantuk begini aja.
Ini kerjaannya cuma farming doang.
Turned out to be just such a magnificent pickup for Gen G.
Yeah.
You know, this year, this lineup that just has so much.
Varus sudah nggak meta kah?
And for Duro to also turn in.
Gimana Varus nanti? Kayaknya masih nggak sih?
Meets up with Chovy mid.
Yang poking sih udah gak bisa.
Unable to do so.
Yang on hit cuman butuh enchanter.
Oh. Main attack speed gitu.
Kebanyakan yang pakai masih yang buat attack speed. Cuman jarang banget. Banyak yang lebih bagus.
Carrier steps into the hammer shock. Half HP now. Gen G have better health bars.
Sekarang ADC yang pakai tuh yang apa ya? Yang bisa kalau nggak bisa dash, yang bisa lari, yang bisa hidup di dive orang gitu.
Look at the river here. So they're threatening the Keen ultimate. The Scion drive-by. Meanwhile, Doran is just pushing.
Watch party di Indonesia siapa lagi selain Kuro hitam? Judi in case. Judi just in case.
Now that that's there, Faker low on mana, so I think the message is still sent. Gen G will, regardless, pick up 3 grubs.
Itu kayaknya pakai Garen apa Swen apa siapa? Kayaknya. Itu Sinzao aja. Itu Bastion. Bastion apa ya? Juggernaut. Bukan. Oh ya, Soul Fighter.
Not the biggest steal, but a little bit of a something there. Tiny cooldown.
Something to get back to lane. You know, on Desto talking a little bit about this matchup through mid. I mean, we are seeing a bit more of it. That there's been attention from supports from jungles just hovering.
Jing mah butuh enchanter, Jin.
Chovy in isolation. He's got to see
Jing tapi masih lebih bisa dipakai.
And so far, really hasn't shown that.
Yeah. Hard to answer Chovy the player.
Oh, dapat satu kill itu udah sakit
a good caveat.
Chovy the player, one of the very best ever, and especially in laning. Let's see Duro's pass here through, though. It does find Kiaria and leaves over the extra vision. So nice methodical sweep here from Gen G to get their shallow vision through the blue quadrant of the jungle.
Was able to do that because of the poke on Guma as well. A side note, actually forced the base here as Duro is caught napping by Carrier. Small interrupt there too as Ruler's going to get this push in and find good base timing. And throughout all, Gen G, their lanes, everything's looking real good. CS lead through mid, through bot.
Yeah.
These are strong parts right now, showing why Gen G's laning is superb.
Yeah, and Faker's lane phase has been the area that has been a bit rough as well. So he's really taken to a lot of playmaking. I mean, he always has, but also, you know, sacrificing waves towards mid to look for side lane plays. So maybe we'll see him try and use one of the famed Aurora.
Obat ngantuk apa, Bang? Kafein.
Mess with the bottom lane or something, but nothing opened up quite yet. And Chovy here, just chovying away. 112 so far.
Not bad.
11 minutes. So it is over the
Over the threshold.
Bottom
just
side,
the
though.
usual. Yeah, Guma's getting ganked on. Canyon already got the flash out of Guma. Second skin is greater. Rather, the killer instinct just buys him a bit of space. And while Canyon's gank is not that successful, you got a lot out of the 80 carry right before Dragon.
Gabutnya, alamak.
yeah, early positioning here for
Agak lebih kontras ya di sini.
for T1 to try and enter.
Emang
So
gue
they've got-
kasih
they
sedikit
won't try and
ini
enter
sih,
at
cuy.
all. We will sacrifice the
Oh.
dragon
Mana dia?
and we'll send owner up towards
Emang
the
gue kasih
top side.
filter
Owner's
sedikit
working
nih.
away, trying to soften up the Scion. He does. But
Terlalu
what is
berlebihan kah warnanya?
do about this timing window? Just drops off the control ward and gets the camp timings
Yeah.
here a little bit just to see that they are all empty.
Is that going to translate into anything when Chovy has consistently had pressure through mid, still has his flash up and available, and he's going the Rod of Ages build, so becomes that little bit harder to kill every minute that goes on. For Chovy, the zoning on Faker, he sits in, he command attacks, and then he moves the ball right into Faker's line of sight. 25 CS right now is the difference. And
T1 udah 5 kali juara, gantian lah, ntar nggak seru kayak Hauchina mulu.
Oriana W nerfs
Bro,
didn't really stop
T1 menang yang dicari cuy, view-nya setiap tahun mau melampaui terus setiap tahun.
Dead. Get more ball movement.
you gotta love it. Chovy, he's gonna get the push in now. And while mid
Tapi gue juga penasaran sih kalau misalnya nggak ada T1, kira-kira wardnya tetap rame nggak ya?
feels nice with that clockwork wind up on turrets too, and
Turunnya seberapa
1,000
banyak
gold
tuh.
lead for Gen G. This is a slow game for our viewers at home, and you might be like, you know, come on. do
200
something.
view, Kuro dukung T1. Ih, alamak najisnya.
I think we'll see on one item breakpoints here for T1, them decide to do
Should
something.
bet.
Itu logo apa ya, C?
Wukong really does need the Trinity Force.
Yep.
So as soon as they start to get their one items in, then you can start to look for, you know, those
Oke,
engaged
mana?
plays. And they do
Tuh,
have
di bendera-benderanya tuh di map.
here. So
Nah, ganti jadi Omen.
plays really
Tadi
count.
C aja.
Very careful about the setup for it.
True.
Get some wards here. Carry up very good at some of this early.
Kalah early mulu dah dari match kemarin.
Those wards down, get
Dia
some
emang kalah dia laning pace cuy, mungkin udah pada tua kali.
to try and make their play on, but it is just
Selain
crazy
Faker,
even
apa masih di...
that you know, one of
Kayaknya baru
these two
20
teams
udah
is
beberapa,
going to
itu
go
muda.
down to the 1-2 bracket, and just
Masih muda semua ya.
there's just going to be an
Faker doang kan
extremely
yang mau
fearsome,
30, yang lain masih kayak
opponent
20
down there
awal.
for everybody else to have to
Oh
deal
iya,
with as
Coinbase ya.
1-1
Logo Coinbase.
bracket at the moment, and then these two kind of juggernauts meeting up.
This is what, when everyone thinks of LCK, this is what they see. This is what they think of. This classic, first 14 minutes, no kills, setting up for something big.
Haters T1 nomor 1 Kuro. Iya makanya anjir.
But the flash is matched by Keen.
Anjir ini nongol. Oh, ini
Aduh.
juga.
Right back home until
Kena anjir.
looks for the 3 talent strike. He's so close to getting it, but
Itu,
Doran
Kai.
has enough energy in the
Ya elah dede.
one more time. The real
Oh, akhirnya kah pas blood?
this game is top lane game.
Oh, anjir.
Shockwave brings him in. He flashes away. No kills yet, but some close calls.
And a lot of flashes blown. 2 for 1 for
Jadi
Doran on the
ultinya
bottom
jadi
side.
kayak nggak menakutkan lagi Aurora aja dulu ngasih knockback sekarang nggak ada anjir, bisa lewat doang aja.
Top
Iya.
side though, it is another trade. And the gank attempt on Chovy, investing the wound.
Kayak minimal harus bisa knock up deh, tapi satu target doang. Kalau udah ada satu yang knock up, nextnya nggak bakal ada knockback.
Wow, Oriana
Itu
is
kayak nge-slow doang anjir, itu pun bisa di skip pakai flash.
being low mobility with no flash is definitely something that this dive comp will want to try and prey on.
15 menit, no kill.
For
Iya,
T1.
Jir.
Once those come back up, they can try and put extra pressure.
Harus dibikin objektif baru lagi nih.
Try and get
Jadi masih untung dia ada apa atakannya menit 20, jadi agak lebih ini dikit aja rebutan.
as they start this off.
Kalau nggak 25 menit belum ngapa-ngapain nih.
It's also a really good side note.
Yeah, let's see as they kind of work their way over, clear out the vision first. We might get our first full 5-on-5. We've got Keen here, the giant tank.
Atakan fungsinya apa?
Easily face check.
Ngebuff epic monster kan ya? Masih itu gak sih?
Ready to use.
Enggak, udah enggak.
Ah, apa sekarang?
Sekarang pasti ngambilin bunga, terus bunga.
Oh, munculin bunga.
Gets him out of there quick. Ward will give full insight for T1. But
Bunga
full
yang nggak tahu,
this
pokoknya
shows
jadi kayak
Gen G
bunga
group
di
on
satu
up.
waktu, jadi lu
Trouble
diambil
entering
di
into
yang
area.
daftar-daftar.
Pops the ghost. Our first fight, you
Terus
say
tuh
maybe it's there.
si
Doran set to
bunganya
keep his verdict.
per
Faker at
bunga
half
tuh
HP already gets the
ditambahin
first
gitu
down only
statusnya
onto
lupa.
Juro. A second skin
Oh, nggak ada lagi buff-buff itunya.
Herald is
Iya,
already
udah gak
gone.
segede itu ya.
T1 back off. The fight was over.
Apalagi dia 0-0 gini atakannya jadi rada gak
Duro
guna.
gets one and
Bunganya
delays
dikit
long
kan.
enough, and Gen G
Kalau apa?
the objective.
Ini kan 0-0 gak ada yang mati tuh. Itu biasanya bunganya dikit jadi atakannya juga gak guna.
Oh, ngaruh juga.
Dragon Grubs and the Herald for themselves progressing quite nicely.
Goal lead on Chovy as well, by the way.
Yeah,
Hot damn.
169 CS.
Rata-rata kalau T1 kalah pada dukung Genji. Kenapa orang lebih suka dukung Genji daripada HLE? Karena di HLE ada Zeus.
Even surpassing Chovy's
Ah.
CS
That's crazy.
on this
Unheard of.
champion. And remember, 14-4 career here for
Paling gara-gara
Ruler.
regionalnya lebih
Corki
kuat.
has been spamming it, has the red buff. Ruler just really has had such an amazing split. Really good MSI as well from him. Insane stuff. Let's see with the teleports. Genji coming down to fight the dragon fight.
Angles are important. Chovy stepping in now as well. His flash still not up and available as Herald is dropped mid just to give a pressure point for Genji to play through to get this second dragon of theirs. But even the damage on the turret is going to be really impactful, especially with 3 grubs. That'll open up mid. And Dragon T1 isn't started yet. Guma gets away. Wind becomes lightning, tags him, but there's no dive under turret as Genji have gotten themselves more gold in the tank to play around this dragon.
Yeah, they guarantee themselves.
Kasusnya Zeus kemarin tuh apa sih? Sampai T1 bikin video sendiri. Agensinya katanya agak bermasalah.
He's taking some damage. Doran is pretty healthy himself though. Owner looking for an angle. Carrier as well. Blast cones denied as Guma has to try and come in. But for T1, they don't have their 80 carry. He's separated towards mid.
Zeusnya masih mau di T1, tapi janjinya, tapi agensinya apa gitu, gue udah lupa.
Faker as he jumps into the whole team makes a crucial mistake. Doran now comes in, gets a flash out of
Wih.
reposition from Gumayushi. A 5-man cyclone. Owner finds the angle, but it's too late in the fight.
Gue kira menang anjir.
T1 as Guma runs for his life, but he's tagged once.
Ayo Uzi, is this Uzi bro?
On the run, and Guma is
Udah
left
gak punya
alone.
apa-apa
This
susah.
turret won't
Dapet.
withstand,
Oh enggak.
and it won't get a killer.
Mati juga tuh.
As Chovy
Oh, untung.
commands
Gila.
protect. Chovy survives.
And Genji only lose one player in the fight. T1 tried to flank around from 4 different angles there. Hysterics. They had Guma coming from mid lane, Doran coming from behind the dragon. Faker goes right up through the river here.
Tim non-Viet yang mereka dukung itu T1 atau G2?
Getting the knockup. Faker tries to ultimate
G2 mah pendukungnya cuman for fun doang, Ji.
He got popped instantly. Plus Doran also the
Lumayan gede tapi fanbase itu sekarang.
So the engage
Yang Korea-Korea juga
goes
lumayan
about
mendukung.
as poorly as it possibly could, and Genji collect so.
Ya tapi maksud gue fansnya tuh kayak fans for fun doang, jadi mereka nggak yakin juga dia bakal menang, cuman kayak kalau lagi main didukung gitu.
Team fight, you have to feel like that is just going to close the door
Anjir nangis deh, Cok.
on T1. The draft already was looking really good for Genji.
Oh, yeah.
The early lanes played looking really good for Genji. And that dragon fight as well, huge stuff now. So see how they can kind of progress forward. Again, this comp is very straightforward. You saw
Anjir,
how
slow
they
nih.
just all kind of coalesce together, able to protect for a decently long time.
Wah.
Even though
Wih,
Hang on, Doran has to flash away. How are you going to protect this game from speeding up?
skillnya abis, diajar anjir.
And as you said, it's burst wide open now.
your boy Chovy has 2 items, 8 stacks on his Dark Seal. His Rod of Ages is almost done stacking, almost
Yep.
going to tick over and get the extra level.
Official F1 selain Bang Kuro siapa lagi? Siapa aja?
He's not the only
Yudi
one,
just in
by the way.
case.
Even in that last fight, Ruler did quite a lot of damage for someone that's the only one behind Guma in this game. But
Geok Mobile yang paling pengaruh dan apa ya?
we're now in
MM.
Arcana. It feels like T1 need to try
Jungle,
and
mid.
survive this early game and get through to Genji somehow.
They certainly do. All right, T1, they started up, but Keen,
The angle, the flash, Euro finds a wall, and Doran can't hold
Yo,
it
cancel.
out. The dive-in's easy, and Canyon sets up Ruler for success.
oh, Duro, that was beautiful. They just destroyed Doran. He's deleted, and nobody on Genji even has a scratch on them. Okay, Duro's got a little bit of a scratch.
All the setup again, Duro goes in deep, but Owner already getting chunked out alongside Carrier. Atakan at 5.
Wush.
Dive in there Canyon once again finds a new target. Carry burst down Unbreakable Will was finally broken.
Itu emang sejauh itu ya? Itu kan skill ininya ya, skill lompatnya si Shinzo kan? Kok kayak jauh banget anjing?
Kalau kena skill dulu kan jadi jauh.
Iya sih, cuman kayak jauh banget anjing.
There's Genji coming in from over the wall. Faker's got no mana to survive. He's weird.
Dibantai habis sih.
And as Raw
Iya,
takes
anjir.
it down, its owner tagged out by Canyon.
Ini BO1 ya guys ya.
Heading out with Cyclone to negate the audacious charge, but once again the cooldown's up and Canyon sends
Kalau kena skill 2 bang,
with the
iya
rest of
sih.
T1.
And we are witnessing Genji domination on the Rift.
Terus B1, iya ini namanya Swiss
As well as the
Stage.
extra kills. T1 bleeding gold.
Masih skor 1-1 soalnya.
And opportunities just
1-1 maksudnya?
right around Atakan. They try
Ini yang 1-1 makanya masih BO1.
It's just helping
I think
Genji.
T1 are
Kalau
really
udah
just
ada
Oh iya. Tapi ini kalau T1 kalah udah 0-2 kan dia?
He gets the
Oh,
charge
Dewan
into
kalah
Doran
dia
on the
satu.
side.
Ya udah ini terakhir sih BO1 terakhir hari
It is
ini.
a beautiful pick.
Oh T1 udah menang sekali.
Then they control the
Udah.
drive rush.
Oh iya, yang hari pertama ya lawan Fly ya.
Gets Carrier's ultimate there, and before the ultimate even falls off,
right.
Genji are like, all right, it's fine. We'll just continue to press, kill the Carrier anyway. Redemption here to heal back up. They take Otacon while they go for the chase, hitting the shockwave. It's just like Genji are making plays simultaneously.
Berarti besok udah langsung mulai ini ya, yang BO3-nya ya.
It's amazing seeing the quality of this performance from Genji again. Restore some of the faith that maybe
EU lawak tahun ini,
down to the 1-1
tiap
bracket.
tahun ini.
As Ruler, he's now picked up the Manamune, or rather stacked it fully. Kerry comes in, no time to talk about items as T1 look for the big onto Canyon.
Wah, jing.
Jumps in, but his ulti comes first.
Itu damage Oriana, Cok.
Doran's coming in, but
Emang sakit kalau udah jadi item bang.
Genius. There's no vindication for Guma, none for T1 here, as they are getting destroyed by the LCK champions, stamping their foot back at
Oh.
World's Faker.
Woi.
Anjir, anjir, wah.
Wah anjir.
Chovy is gapping the goat of league.
I think we know where this one's headed. There was only
1-2 cuy. Ini gue liat apa namanya, klip si Bumayusi ya. Pas lagi draw dia dapatnya Genji, dia langsung ini aja, langsung kaget.
5k gold lead in Genji's favor. A dragon on the way, and it just happens to be a mountain soul.
Iwan soalnya jarang banget menang lawan Genji tuh.
Already bruised me.
All right, let's take a look at it. They're definitely having some fun on the Rift.
1-2 ketemu tim Cina, kalah, habis itu T1. Iya, apakah T1 akan pulang di Swiss Stage ini, Jir?
Guma tries to follow. The poppy is in his face already though, and Duro's W sits him down.
Fake at the last runaway. He'll die here eventually as well, as we watch Chovy. His POV pretty much for a bird's eye view to kill Faker. This
Last
dragon down.
shockwave.
I mean, Chovy's been super clean this game. We highlighted him for his lane, but what more?
Udah beda 9.000, Jir.
All of Gen G have. Their
Yeah.
their draft was exquisite,
It
but
was.
they have also on top of that
Jangan blunder Genji.
and outplayed.
I'd be curious to hear as well, because I feel like, you know, we not only got Canyon covering all bases.
Kalau T1 kalah langsung pulang kah?
Then again, actually,
Kagak.
I'm gonna correct
Kalau kalah skornya baru 1-2. Kalau skornya kalah 1 kali lagi baru pulang.
lanes in all three calibers, in all three lanes, I should say. As now Chovy, he's got his Magi's, he's upgraded. He's got a Seekers in the inventory as well. 3.7k of that.
Orinya sih ganggu. Iya, makin late game nih makin enak nih Oriananya.
And I do like that he went
Ya, ini udah bikin Mejai lagi tuh
We're
Oriana.
seeing a lot
Laku
of
ya
Seraphs
Mejai
as well
sekarang
on
ya.
some of the Orianas, but the Horizon focus buffs as we're getting more action.
Anjir,
Turns it into an
Oh.
engage owner as well. Cyclone a chance, but it is
anjir,
again from Duro.
blokan banget
It's
Poppy.
Keeper's verdict kept good. Doran jumps in, maybe a chance here for T1, but with that
Aduh.
comes Canyon to defend.
Oke.
Guma trying as hard as he can, but as he takes down Ruler, he takes down his chances of finding anything more.
Yeah, that's going to be Gen G Baron. Can they sniff out Owner? Owner here.
Iya, owner, you think you can mencuri?
Nah, itu PK masih penuh aja.
Zoning, Jir.
One way or another, Baron's going to be taken. It'll be past 10k.
Kejar terus, Cok.
And Gen G are putting the finishing
Bikin dia kesel, Jir.
the one to keep their BO
Diusirnya sampai ujung ya.
exceptionally clean.
Genji wearing purple, 11,500 gold lead for the team. Dragon Soul in 3 minutes 20 seconds on the table, and they might not even need it.
This is a good sign for the Gen G faithful as well. Easy to say they were favourites for the tournament. They still are, even being in this position, even before they started playing today.
Yeah, 20 stacks on the mid-guys for Chovy
After
here as well.
one
Again,
fight.
the Horizon focus is interesting because it kept on.
Hilo nggak boleh nyerah. Nggak boleh.
Buffing the stats on it.
Yeah.
And 125 ability
Kayaknya
power
emang
with the
semua
25
kompe nggak boleh nggak
abilities.
sih?
It is a stat stick.
Nggak tahu di Dota katanya boleh, nggak tahu juga.
That heavy.
Yeah, seeing some good damage out of it.
Setahu gue ya udah
Is a
apa,
good position.
turnamen apalagi franchise gitu nggak boleh suren
Really,
aja.
important for this game because they are stomping regardless. Baron buff is going to allow the siege for Gen G to run right into these inhibitor towers.
T1 struggling to step up. Relies on a pick, but 12,000 gold behind.
Yang boleh suren mah game TCG aja, game TCG, catur.
But he's going to go over control ward shortly as he gets around the corner. Keen is soloing mid. Here comes Ona.
It's
The Ambassador followed up as
Anjir,
well.
didorong.
A chance there for the
Wah,
shot.
itu Corki gimana itu ya? Anjir, lihat tuh. Bebas. Udah ente T1, Cok.
Terlalu kuat aja.
And they just showed it again to T1.
And Ruler at Worlds flashing the Samsung Galaxy.
Udah jauh banget jaraknya, dia nggak bisa lagi, Jeng. Udah, Packer buka headsetnya, Jir. Masih pakai headset. Udah selesai gamenya.
Returning to form as they move to 2-1 at Worlds 25.
Nah, perayaan cuy. Perayaan kekalahan T1.
And this Gen G team looking like they might be able to get there. They came in as tournament favorites, of course.
Ngantuk satu war udah kalah ya.
They look quite good.
Iya, Jir.
Once they found one fight in the game around bot, the game snowballed out of there as Analyst that's going to
Kopinya ngeselin. Iya sih, bisa counter Alistar,
This historic rivalry as we've seen almost
Kaisa.
single games between these teams, but it turns out in a single game, Gen G
Flash juga nggak bisa kan ya kalau kena Poppy itu?
They locked in.
Flash mah
They really
bisa.
locked in. I like how
Skill.
Cody
Oh, Flash bisa.
quite good. They looked quite good.
quite good.
That was just absolute Chovy masterpiece.
Apa aja yang bisa? Cuman Flash aja.
This man just
Flash.
dominated
Ya,
from
pokoknya
start to finish.
Ezreal juga masih bisa.
If we
Yang
had more
ngeblink,
time to
yang
really
nggak ada
break
animasi
down how
dash.
the 1v1 played out,
Oh.
like very small but crucial moments that Chovy really used to balloon the lane. And the moment that he came back with those items to just give him that extra HP, he just never let go of the lead against Faker, and it felt like from start to finish he was just dominating the Rift.
I mean, Chovy's always been someone who's loved going like the Rod of Ages. We've seen him even do it on champions where it hasn't worked so well, like the Ziggs, but he's someone who loves having that extra HP pool. That sustain came in so valuable, and it felt like as soon as Faker fell behind, he just never had pressure anymore, couldn't get the damage down on him, and he ended up having like that 30 CS lead pretty early on, and just was an absolute monster.
And this really all culminated in an incredible team fight. And thanks to Gen G and Chovy's solid team fighting and the reliable Cisco network, Chovy did escape with that sliver of health and secure that ace for the side of Gen G.
So I feel like the really big starting point of this is this ult from
BO berapa nih? BO 1.
owner away. So the engagement
Kesempatan T1
Wukong's not there, and so because you don't have
besok
that
nih,
lane
kalau dia
engagement
kalah
to
besok,
capitalize on,
goodbye
and the
T1.
owner ult comes later, it really takes the wind out of the sails for T1.
I also think just the target selection from Gen G continues to
Katanya kalau T1 nggak lolos Swiss stage, Hall of Fame-nya dihapus katanya.
world class, but to see them execute so cleanly in these chaotic fights is just a beauty to watch. Chovy at the very end there, really calculating to perfection how to survive. And it's just, it's phenomenal to watch. This team is completely locked in today.
You know, I was
Besok
thinking
T1 lawan
if that
siapa?
was me, taking that tower
Nggak
out,
tahu deh, yang
I would
kondisinya
die.
juga sama kayak dia, 1-2 juga, kayak gitu kan dia.
Also, the flawless transition
Cuman
from
di
what's
draw
this
ulang.
team fight immediately into
Random.
diving the tower. With
Oh, di
like
draw
2 minutes
lagi.
of setup, we have seen teams fumble those towers.
Yang pas
in the moment,
itu
but
nggak
Gen
ada
G, flawless,
rematch, tahu gue
instantaneous transition.
sekarang.
But for T1, look, they've been here before. They've lost to Gen G before.
Katanya
but
kalau
this is a
T1
little
gagal
unprecedented
lolos, Riot
in
bikin jalur
world
voting.
history.
Well, I mean, what's
Kalau nggak
amazing
pakai ini,
is
apa
that
sih
this
namanya
is
yang
the first time
kill dari juri itu?
T1
Hak
have
hak apa
lost
namanya?
more than a single
Hak
game
veto.
in a group/stage
Oh.
Hak veto callback, Jir.
stage setting, which is just mind-blowing. I mean, T1 naturally are an incredible Worlds organization, but it had to take Gen
Katanya ini spesial ulang tahun Riot tiba-tiba ngadain turni tambahan untuk slot World.
The only time we've ever seen that second loss is at MSI. At Worlds, it's never happened, which is a testament, of course, to how dominant T1 are, but also how kind of weird the situation is with T1. We believe in the long-term faith of the ramp-up, but maybe an indicator that Gen G are finally that step ahead on the world stage.
But I think what makes the stats so crazy is, I feel like with Swiss being so recent, you can get a lot of crazy stats out of that, but the fact it's Swiss and groups, and T1 have been present at so many worlds, it really shows how long they've been so consistent, and this is really unprecedented territory.
And I mean, of course, the loss to CFO was a question mark, but I think that the sheer domination that Gen G showed against T1, to me, I still have some question marks around their drafting. I think they're looking a little bit more fallible than I initially anticipated. An organization that I just inherently have trust in when it comes to the World Championship because, you know, the 5-time, like they deserve that recognition, but now they will be pushed into that elimination situation, which is not a situation we've seen them in here at this Swiss format.
Gang kata gua T1 nggak mungkin sampai dipulangin soalnya nyumbang view. Pulang besok, pulang.
We are going to be setting up for G2 and BLG, but first we'll hear from Ruler right after the break.
T1 takutan jir warnya. Mungkin ini strategi T1 kali cuy, dia pengen ngelawan yang 1-2.
There's no vindication for Guma, none for T1 here as they are getting destroyed by the LCK champions.
Habis match ini J itu kan? Iya.
The greatest players in the world are here.
They can just burn this one down. Oh my God, forward by 9.
You are going to see them like you've never seen them before.
Rocket Will as the Arcade Storm doing so much work in Gen G. They are just going to ace them.
누구 만나도 이길 수 있다는 자신감 정도로만 생각하고 있습니다.
Gen G, the EWC winners. Locking down the Drake is now Doran. Decent position. Double break down my walls, but I won't rise again. Cause I stand tall in my environment. How could I ever close my eyes and stay silent since they try to take me down with their violence? Oh, they go back in. Bishop flashes in.
Habis ini G2 lawan BLG yang HLE nonton gak ya guys ya? Udah jam 6 jir.
Elon apa?
Apa?
Elon apa?
100 Thief.
Rada ngantuk harusnya kalau itu mah.
Oh, 100 Thief kuat gak sih? Kurang.
Standar.
Play the local way. Pay your way.
G2 versus BLG nggak usah nonton juga udah tahu siapa yang menang. Itu benar sih. Cuman kita pengen ngelihat G2-nya aja. Udah nggak mungkin G2 menang cuy.
Ngarep dulu aja.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Kemarin 100 Thief aja bisa menang anjir. Heran.
Lawan siapa 100 Thief?
100 Thief kemarin lawan BLG.
Absolutely stunning.
Oh, yang BLG kalah itu.
Yang BLG kalah sama NA kayak aneh banget, kalahnya juga kayak nge-throw.
Colors so real. Every scene, every smile, unforgettable. Oppo, Find X9 series, Hasselblad telephoto, zoom into detail.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal on one of these big boys.
It doesn't work.
Another Cogging Baby. Apa tuh Cogging Baby? Coughing Baby.
T-Mobile bill for a better deal. You don't know that?
Berarti Wan sadar nggak sih kalau Faker udah menurun overall performanya walaupun tahun lalu Doi dapat Finals MVP? Emang iya coy? LPL 1 lawan LEC 1. Oh, 100 Thief itu Latin Amerika, coy. Ini lihat kalau G2 kalah ditemuin T1, lihat nanti. Itu rame tuh view-nya anjir.
Rawe tapi kasihan ya.
Final kapan? November deh kayaknya. Itu cuman jualan pemain sekarang ini, cari pemain baru dari EU Master, juara di LEC, jual pemain baru ke tim lain, repeat. Nyari duit.
Enggak juga lah anjir. Kalau dia emang pure nyari pemain baru mah itu kemarin Miki ngapain di resign aja. Setahun 2 tahun ya, 2 tahun kan.
Sini jadi main di mana dia si apa namanya?
Miki.
Bukan yang kemarin menang World tapi nggak main. Apa namanya?
Orang.
Yang orang EU. Ya.
Reckless itu bareng si Kendall yang tim.
Oh, yang tim itu ya.
Satones.
Oh iya. Dia main di situ apa jadi coach dia?
Main. Kalau sekarang main si Reckless.
Tiba-tiba punya piala World. Anjir banget. Namanya tertulis di sejarah jadi Marlboro 6 Man anjir. Reckless bukannya co-streamer. Iya.
Itu kan Los Satones soalnya itu kan apa ya? Mereka mau bikin yang baru pro player tapi bisa streaming semua.
Welcome back to Verizon
Stream di streaming juga kan.
joined by Ruler on the Genji. Congratulations on the win, Ruler, and thank you for joining us.
안녕하세요. 감사합니다.
After the first team fight, everything got accelerated very fast. Are you happy with Genji?
Ntar palingan ada member T1 mendadak di tim sebelah kayak Beryl sama The Spy.
오늘 승리 축하드리고요. 경기가 첫 번째 한타 이후로 굉장히 빨리 굴러갔습니다. 오늘 젠지 경기력에 만족스러우신지 그리고 T1 상대로 이렇게 빠른 템포의 게임이 나올 거라고 예상하셨나요?
Yang kemarin ngepick itu apa yang nge-throw di turnamen kemarin itu? Ramus ya?
나온다고 생각해서 그냥 별 생각 없이
Tiba-tiba pick Ramus aja.
그리고 오늘 뱀픽이 좀 괜찮았었다고 생각해서 상대 팀보다 그래서 좀 처음 한타 이겼을 때 좀 오늘 이기겠다라고 생각했었던 것 같습니다.
I feel like most of the games are really fast-paced here at Worlds, so I was kind of expecting a fast game today as well. And after the first team fight, because we had a way better comp and drafting compared to the opponent, I was pretty confident that we will be able to close out the game with a win easily. Well, since you are the legendary AD carry player, I want to ask you about the Kaisa situation here. There are two champions that are not doing well, J409 and Kaisa 18. Well, Masu also said he thinks it's because Kaisa needs a lot of time to scale, where teams are going through a lot of accidents early on, but he's also surprised that Kaisa is not doing well. I want to know your thoughts about this. 지금 월즈에서 자르바는 전패고요, 9패로 카이사는 또 1승 8패, 8연.
Besok EU versus EU yang kalah out.
예상치 못했다고 하면서 아무래도 카이사는 후반을
G2 rumornya mau ganti midnya sama jungle support 2026.
룰러 선수도
Siapa
레전드
tuh?
원딜로서 현재 카이사 왜 이렇게 안 되고
Cap sudah tanda
있는지
tangan nyampe
의견
tahun
한번
depan dia sih
들려주실 수
lupa
있을까요?
ya. Apa 2 tahun
일단
deh.
확실히 앞서
Caps
bukannya jadi BA-nya, Jir.
좀 빠른데요.
Iya.
게임 템포가
Dia
Udah jadi kayak fakernya T1 itu, Jir.
카이사라는 챔피언은 좀 템포를 느리게 가면서
Masa dijual, cuy?
초반엔 약하니까 확실히
Turun nanti insight-nya, coy.
되는 상황도 있고 라인전은 좀 확실히 불안정하다 보니까 그런
Sama udah
Engagement.
많이
gue lupa nyampe tahun
약점이 있는
berapa.
부분인데
Kalau
그게 확실히
2026
좀
apa
어쨌든 한두 개
2020.
주게 되다 보면은 상대
Terus nanti akhir World, selesai World juga paling beritanya ini. Faker perpanjang kontrak.
카이사가 좀 좋지 않은 모습을 많이 보여준다 생각하고 요즘 제가 생각하기에 카이사가 힘을 못 쓰는 가장 큰 이유 중 하나는 한타 조합이 요즘 너무
Caps mau ke Carmine Corps. Apaan tuh?
너무 상대 조합이 좋다 보니까 카이사가 뭔가 힘을 쓰기에도 좀 힘들다고 생각해서 지금 좋지 않은 모습을 많이 보여준다 생각합니다. 죄송합니다.
No need to apologize. Mostly because of the fast tempo that we're having here at Worlds. Kaisa does need a lot of time, but we're having so many actions starting from the early game. And with Kaisa, you have to kind of give up early
Caps contract
objectives, and once
extended
you start
expiring
getting
sampai
one or two objectives, you
2027
feel like you're
anjir.
being rushed with
Dia ada
Kaisa
tanda
on
tangan
your
kontrak
team
sampai
comp.
2027
Also, in addition
di
to that,
G2.
recently here at Worlds, we were having a lot of situation where best of one series are decided by team fights, and if you have better team fight comp, especially early on,
Kalau di tahun depan pindah dia yang bayar,
the opponent
mahal.
side, you feel pretty good because you know Kaisa will not pop off early on, and that kind of snowballs really fast. Thank you so much, Ruler, for your insight. And now it's time for our Mercedes
Ini siapa sih ini?
featured matchup, G2 versus BLG.
Yang playernya mah Ruler.
Oh, itu Ruler.
It's not a World Swiss stage without
Tuh.
G2 drawing.
Caps itu udah jadi mukanya EU, Joy. Mau dijual.
Matchup presented by Mercedes-Benz. In the past 2 years, these teams have met in the final round of Swiss, with BLG knocking out G2 both times.
Tapi yang bikin Caps ini terkenal itu apa, Nardi? Yang bikin namanya naik?
Gara-gara pertama dia debut jago banget.
Oh.
Zaman pertama debut mainnya assassin semua.
Oh gitu.
A small glimmer of hope for the #1 seed of the LEC is that they meet in the best of one stage of Swiss.
Caps ganti role jadi jungle, mic-nya Faker. Ngapain, Ji? Jungle-nya pakai hero mid tapi.
It's time to see if G2 can overcome their demons and beat BLG in the Swiss stage of Worlds.
Carmine Corps mau nanggung di Sips Esport, udah dijelasin rumornya. Rumor doang nggak sih itu?
For BLG versus G2, and the good news is, as much as I know you're all waiting and tense with anticipation, we're getting right into it. So I think we need to talk a little bit about what the fans are predicting. Let's see, they have voted at Mastercard GG on X. They're calling the match for BLG with 53 points.
Ini antrian apa, Jin?
Where is the Hopium team? Come on! I believe, I will blindly believe.
It's pretty close, considering how it's historically gone. That's pretty close.
That is very close. I will say that all G2 asked for is their delusion, and I've seen enough people post that it's like their jungler's fault when they're clearly throwing. Where was that delusion for G2?
Caps ke KC, mid-nya ke G2. Caps 2 kali runner up World, 1 kali juara MSI. Simpelnya dia itu harapan terbesar EU, bahkan Western di LoL. Iya, dia.
We've seen them beat them in a single game before. We've actually seen it multiple times.
T1 mainnya kapan telat? Udah kalah. Udah T1 ini lagi siap-siap packing, kayaknya bakal pulang, Joy.
Let's go, boys. Woo!
I'm not convinced. And you know what? Verius, I feel like you're repressing some emotions. I feel like
BLG G2.
What do you mean?
I feel like you're hiding some things here.
No.
I mean, it's very possible.
I'm very happy. I'm positive.
We're both
Sorry, Red Hood.
Smile. We're both feeling alive, and we're not scared or nervous because we have faith and we have delusion. And hopefully that's enough. Asterix, Kobe, take it away.
Hell yeah, boys, because NA got that win. Where's ours? We're not versing our own region. We're not knocking out the boys of EU. This is where it happens. And Kobe, I'll give you a time to help me bring me down.
Yeah, I mean, if there is one thing that I know about you, it's that you are delusional. So you definitely have to have the hope. Let's go.
And 47% of the fans are delusional.
Honestly, though, I also hope for your sake that this is not a stomp and we get a closer game today for you. Let's get into the draft. And Sion is banned. Sion has had so much success. I do like that ban from BLG, banning out a lot of this straightforward team fight. Sion Wukong and Azir, all very good for
satu match doang kah? Iya, dia BO1.
that we have seen. Meanwhile, we do leave up the Rise while banning Orianna. So they're kind of daring Knight even to go grab this champion. Let's see what the response will be. Is it going to be something kind of boring like the Talia that we see a lot into the Rise, or is it going to be something more?
Itu malah ngincer mid-nya KC, namanya Vladi, saingannya Caps. Anjir, Vladimir.
The Azir actually wasn't too bad as well. I feel like for Caps, he's got a plethora
Wih, Rize cuy.
This is interesting when everyone's
Rize jadi kepake mulu ya.
pick at the tournament. They are going to R1 Varus.
Tuh Varus tuh guys.
And
don't worry, it's not top Varus. Don't worry.
I mean, no, I'm glad. I think that would be.
G2 1-2.
Hey, it could be flexed up there.
I mean, I am worried with the amount of mobility in League of Legends now. Seeing an immobile 80 carry there.
But early Varus pick, it is flexible. So it's funny, you know, the Shy gave us a
Iwan underperform gara-gara Doran kan.
everyone is gonna
Nggak tahu juga sih cuy.
continue to reference, but an early flex Varus pick here for
Tapi menurut lu lebih jago Doran apa Zeus nanti?
in a row Zin game.
Masih Zeus.
Zin after Zin for him.
Iya sih Ji.
Zeus jauh lebih stabil.
Kiana. LPL Kiana.
Wih ada kakak-kakak Chunibyo guys.
Shadow has played Neferi, now Kiana. Two left.
Matanya tutup sebelah Jir.
The funny thing is, like, Shadow came in, looked like a completely different team.
Ini si Bin ya? Siapa sih itu?
Yet again, seeing Bin on a tank this time, much like his Rek'Sai.
Mukanya kayak sering banget gue lihat aja.
BLG, and it seems to be following what they did in the previous game.
Yeah, I like the looks here from BLG. A lot of options. The Poppy though, into Kiana. A lot of teams. So teams, because Kiana, LPL Kiana has been so scary, not every team against LPL teams can like pick it up themselves. So a lot of them have decided, all right, we're gonna just attack Kiana's if anyone ever.
ELK, apa ELK?
So you just try and immediately full send on the Kiana and attack her before she can blow up your team and get a good engage.
Yep.
Poppy and Zin, both champions that can go try and attack Kiana's. So Poppy pick here as soon as they saw the Kiana. See if this one also has as much value as we saw Duro have previously. Now, what kind of 80 carries are going to go with that BLG comp? Not the Sivir, that's for sure. The speed up would be scary as far as the mobility already showing on that team.
So far from Elk, we've had Caitlyn, we've had Xayah. So an 80 carry to self-pill, an 80 carry for the laning phase. Let's see what version we get this time, because again, we've already got this front line. We've got this kind of building front to back with this massive disruptor in the jungle. Disruptor assassin, I should say. Sivir was already banned, and now the biggest question is, do they get rid of something that can be a saving grace? Karma might have been annoying. Maybe they're expecting something that could be like an Ezreal Karma lane to match a bit of the Varus range there, Kobe. So interesting ban from G2 to finish it off.
Maybe BLG go like a Jin lane or something then for Elk. Lots of possibilities still up for him. You know, Lucian lanes. I mean, Yunara is available, but maybe not into the Varus. So double bans against Caps here though. And that's the Talia that we mentioned, but I'm kind of happy that it's banned out, so we get to see something more interesting from Caps.
I agree. I don't want to see Caps on Talia, even though he's a pretty good Talia. Caps has so many pocket picks. You're going to talk about the LeBlanc being one of them.
Bang, aku baru mulai nge-YouTube, doain ya. Amin.
Yeah, I think a little bit early for anything like a Silas, like maybe.
Semoga sukses. Wih, ada Anivia.
Okay, so Anivia was already good and got big buffs coming into Worlds. So this champion, I legit think is OP. I legit think this champ is OP.
Jin.
We're assuming that it is going into mid lane against the Rise because it is an old
Ezreal.
school counter pick into Rise. And so you can put up the wall, you put your ult down, you put up the wall behind the Rise.
Itu Poppy support kah itu?
And you have the wall synergy with Poppy.
Thank you, yes.
It's just so beautiful. I love this pick so much. Anivia is OP itself.
Leona.
Synergy. It is a good counter pick into Rise. It is like, boom, just perfect Anivia angle.
It's a spanner in the works, isn't it? How do you help
now I'm
complement?
delusional.
No, it's okay. Join me. It's all right. Now, how do you support it, right? We've got some form of engage. We add more ice.
Yeah, Freljord synergy here.
Skirmishing.
When Leona...
Freljord ini cuy.
is always really good into Leona because Leona's just guaranteed going to engage. Can't get back out. Really buffs up your team fight here. But I am so happy to see this. Anivia got a really big buff on the patch. I already thought it was good. Synergies here, plus the matchup is good.
Yep.
Okay. You know what? We'll calm down.
No. Why?
Hopefully we don't get another stomp in this game for the day, and we get some nice action-packed, real fun here. BLG has a very strong history versus G2.
Jungle Talia Jir.
Bring it down
Talia.
here, but BLG has had a lot of success versus G2, and so
Kiana anjing.
coming in here as favorites, and they do.
Talia itu udah di-ban loh.
LPL Kiana.
Yes, they do. That is a fear. And especially since Shadow came in to level with everyone that's maybe an EU fan. The debut of BLG, if you didn't see it, was horrible with Beichuan. Bin was all.
Kiana tadi ada yang bilang player Kiana selalu win gini.
Fell apart. 100 Thieves, not to take away from the win, it was exceptional from them. Some of the cleanest.
Ya makanya kalau Cina kadang emang jago sih soalnya kalau Kiana.
So they get a good pat on the back, but for BLG they leveled up.
Wis ada antingnya aja di sini tuh.
Lost to 100 Thieves, they came back the next day and destroyed Fnatic. They've already taken one EU team down, and now G2 have to face them as the first seed and say enough is enough. Our region has been suffering, Kobe. Our region has been suffering, and now
G2 berani bet draftnya. Makanya seru sih.
with the first Anivia in international play since 2022 Worlds, which was by Kati from GAM, by the way. In G2 in their best of one, they look to throw that spanner real damn hard at the LPL's first seed.
Well, I've got some more delusion for you.
That's good.
Shadow's Kiana career win rate is 0% one game. So he over his career only played the one time.
Ini mah G2 bikin konten. Mereka boleh record nggak ya?
He's had obviously put a lot more time into it. Here we go, the Anivia runes for you with the phase rush for the extra survivability. All right. My region, by the way, did beat BLG.
Okay, bro. Hey, I gave it to 100. I literally just glazed 100 things.
Ini Anivia skin apaan anjir?
All right, let's get into it though. This one hopefully will be exciting. We got the solo laners.
It's BLG, no contest.
Unfortunately, that means they probably don't meet up and use their Anivia wall Poppy combo super early on.
I believe in G2, the kings of all, the best of the West.
We see some early interactions.
The best of the West, tapi not the best in Asia, bro.
Trying to play off this 2v2 as they can with a Bromvara, strong lane and even stronger skirmishing. We'll see how that 2v2 goes. The Shadow is started top.
And
Oh iya, pakai ini.
Anivia is just good into Rise anyway.
Format.
As the isolated matchup, and Anivia scales so well. It has really good wave clear. It can stall sieges super well. The wall and the ultimate are just so useful as long as you have structure to your team fight. And a Braum last pick does bring that structure as they are getting.
NA sama EU selagu mana di LoL?
Getting the heal.
Masih NU kan sih Dani?
Heals from both sides.
MA yang menang juga orang-orangnya orang-orang EU ya.
Oh.
Terus Likewise kan importan EU aja ada berapa ya? 2. Terus orang Korea aja 2 gitu.
Jir. Udah kayak nonton timnas Indon. If you cannot beat them, join them.
Yeah.
Good representation. As also, quick side note, Elk is on Ezreal. I'm worried about this, especially when we talked about BLG eliminating G2 at international events. Recently, it's been a little bit rough. Now, of course, that is best of 3s and best of 5s there for MSI 2023.
Yeah.
This is best of 1.
Good news is also this isn't elimination.
Yeah.
So the rules are completely different.
That is just a fun bit of trivia that will not hurt EU fans for now.
So are the junglers going to pass through mid lane? Because Shadow's already in the brush, and Skewmont has no idea. So Shadow has the extra info.
Yep.
They're seeing the path here. And they want to pop the egg.
Oh man, the egg's going to go down immediately, isn't it? Quick damage early from Shadow. There's the electrocute. Now, egg at half HP. Nice fight.
Nggak jadi mati.
Shadow's not hit by the wind, becomes lightning. Caps comes back alive after the revitalize, but down to half HP. It's a gank successful.
Dia Anivia, tapi kemampuannya kayak kemampuan Phoenix anjir.
Unfortunately, Caps did not all chat anything. You can chat as Nivea. That's one of the funnest parts.
That is.
But because he got close enough to his tower, no further commitment for BLG. And
Phoenix tapi S. Iya makanya. Kan Phoenix kan yang terkenal bisa hidup lagi gitu, yang nggak bisa mati.
Shadow came back in time. So flashes traded does mean there could be opportunity on the other side. But Anivia again scales really, really nicely. And we'll see as the game progresses. Meanwhile, on the pop side, Broken Blade losing out a bit on the early CS versus Bin's Cassante.
He's had good lane since the loss to 100 Thieves. Like, the Renekton game was insane. I feel like helped single-handedly, not single-handedly, but his lane was so dominant to build up that lead that Fnatic just really didn't come out of any good, but top lane was the worst affected.
And Hansama has the wave in a really nice spot, by the way. That bottom lane, last time we saw the camera down there, yeah, that thing is just melting minions right in front of G2 tower. So minion wave in a very nice spot here, getting held by Hans, and Bin gonna have to go walk up into the 2v1 and stare at it. Meanwhile, the supports with the roam timers, with the hover here for On. Lebrov trying to zone, meanwhile Bin.
He's just sitting up against the wall. There's going to be a concussive blow eventually here. Good poke from Hans, and as you said, the wave continues to be favorable.
Yeah, and since we are 5.5 minutes, well past the 4-minute mark, Leona can now go look to make a play on top lane, and On actually slipped into the brush up there. You can see on the minimap. I don't know if that's actually going to turn into a play, but Shadows...
Itu cooldown telur berapa lama ya? 3 menit kali ya?
There we go. Sends it away.
Lama itu, Jin. Berapa? Iya lama anjir itu.
Lihat aja ntar kalau ada sayap, ya. Itu berarti ada keluarnya.
Oh iya, sayap di levelnya ya.
Most annoying of the dragons, the ocean one with the slow, but shouldn't be very problematic at all since they're in the lane swap, and G2's bottom lane is here. Knight and Shadow walking over though, because here comes On, ghosting on the Leona with the spell book.
Flash available as well. Lebrov already low to start off, even though the Glacial Storm's there as the zone. Missing of the Zenith Blade is good, but Dragon is down. G2 get the objective, looking to get out, but the flash from Bin up against the wall, has them all lined up perfectly with the stun. Gorgeous, beautiful. Bin getting poked on out as Hans.
Nice-nya anjir.
As he ran out as On now on top of the 80. Under turret, it'll be enough. Hansama.
Udah bagus buat itunya, teman agak ini. Ada jalannya anjir, S-nya. Woi, anjir. Oke. Itu bisa dipercepat gak sih teleportnya si Rize itu? Oh.
Hysterics, I think they were out. They re-engage and it is into their own demise. Caps had no egg. He also gets realm warped on and taken down afterwards. And just like that, over a 1.6 thousand gold lead. Let's take a look at it. So On rotated over, he goes in for this. The Dragon already taken by G2 though. Then they heal. Bin goes for the flash play, but he's only level 5 on Cassante. So even though he has his Q3, he gets chunked out and they have to retreat from the Anivia. But then with the re-engage there, Shadow just instantly punishes them. The Kiana there, huge punish from him as Skumon tried to go in, and the chase down kills from Knight, from BLG are huge, and they weren't even done with the first round of kills. Realm Warp on top of Caps' head takes out another one.
And some of BLG's mishaps, I'm worried because Knight has been the most solid player. We come back to live, and even Ben setting up plays by himself with On attached. A kill over to the support. BLG 4-0 at 8 minutes into this.
Gini nih 5 menit war nggak kayak tadi. Ini BLG juga karena lawannya G2 ini.
Knight 3-0 on Rise. That is going to be very, very problematic.
7 top.
All right, yeah. During our replay, we had On clears the ward clearly, and Bin is level 6 nowadays. So Hans, just gets annihilated there. Nothing more to say. Bin just had level 6, gets his Q3, goes straight in onto him. Beautiful stuff from him to take matters into his own hands. And BLG so far ahead already. Sterix, are we going to get another stomp?
Brother, don't say that. I'm not sure.
All right.
I'm going to be optimistic.
I retract my statement.
It's not even just an EU caster. Well, I'm glad you did that. It's literally just as a caster here today. We have had stomp after stomp. It was like Genji versus T1 in the last game. We had one fight, boom, done. Absolute done. And between mid laners, Caps need to step up on this interview we talked about, because Knight's already a big fish.
Yeah.
Quite a big sea already. Flash away from the Flash Frost. Knight's out.
These two mid laners are legendary. The best two from their respective regions with the most championships. And let's see if it ends up mattering. This Anivia pick that we got so excited for. Still hoping to see some of the Anivia Poppy interactions, some of some of the fun stuff later, but a sizable gold lead for BLG does make things
T1
much
balik
more
kah?
problematic.
Belum, besok terakhir kalau dia kalah baru pulang cuy.
For G to execute their vision, let's say.
The only optimism is that while that play went bad, they did get Dragon at the start of it, so
yeah.
the stacking objective neutralized a little bit. We'll see if that's cope or not, because in 1 minute 30, next Dragon comes up. There's a Hex Tech, and this BB just gets poked out here in the bottom lane. Bishop Raj, hang on, avoided narrowly, on still there. He's going to try and stop this back as the next wave's going to come in shortly. Standing there, okay. BB just has to wait for On to get that shield of Daybreak. Now getting a little bit of poke in as well. Turret is whittling down here with a plate already taken, and BB forced to stick around for the wave.
Yeah, at least he's not in danger of getting dove. I mean, On went in, just stops him with his Q, so without
Tadi
that Q, then
T1 dan Genji menang siapa? Genji.
sort of dive action. Let's see how many minions on top side though he misses out. Honestly, with teleport, I don't think he's gonna miss anything. Yeah, so not too shabby there from Broken Blade, not too bad in the end.
He's caught up on CS earlier on. We're talking about Bin just maintaining about a 10-15 CS lead in the first 5, and there's been a lot of chaos, but Broken Blade's caught back up. As a quick side note as well, CS across the board is relatively even. It is just simply those kills that are giving BLG the edge in this game towards that 2000. That's also leading towards the closeness of feet, with BLG already picking up the warfare. Top lane is going to battle it out, but Kobe, I see a Dragon, 10 seconds till it spawns. And maybe BLG, they have this one in the bag. They see Skumon backing. That's good info.
Certainly is. Teleport right back out for the Rise here. Maybe they do want to try and catch someone. I mean, Labrov does get vision behind the Dragon as well as through Tri-Brush, so they've got nice little setup here, and Sundered Sky is completed. So Skumon's recall. Ooh.
Zenith Blade shadows here as well. Sees Labrov, blasts him away. Dragon still the focus.
T1 pulang, belum.
Camping on Brush, but it's on a ward here, so gonna be a little bit dangerous. I like this walk down from Broken Blade.
Awal doang, gak bang fake-nya bang buru gak sih, anjing?
Teleport on Broken Blade. They're walking the poppy over. Maybe we do get to see this.
Rebut Dragonnya coy.
Very structured. Their front to back is super strong, despite the early goal deficit.
Dikasih kayaknya.
Should be able to force it here, and they do. Wait, the teleport flank from Bin.
Going to be late, so Dragon picked up, but maybe it happens again. Weird ult from Shadow, not a good one. With the Glacial Fisher down as well, enables the first kill for G2. Bin now, his angle is great, but he misses the Tofo, so no slow. Stunned up, the concussive blows are re-engaged. BLG went too far. They're punished by G2.
Goks.
Santainya nggak sempet ngapa-ngapain ya.
Terrible engage from BLG.
Iya.
Anjir.
Oh, nice. Iya. Iya.
There we go. G2 is going to be able to execute this combo.
Gak mungkin BLG kalah, anjir. Yang bener aja.
They try to engage right into the bomb.
Cuman ini udah seimbang lagi cuma gara-gara gitu ya.
Bin still tries to go for it after they had already failed the initial engage. And G2 are right back.
And they got the gold back that they lost before in the previous trade, and the
Kalah seru sih ketemu T1, belum tentu ketemu Jin.
Yeah, this one is definitely a very poor engage right into the Braum. Just as the ultimate there, LeBron puts it up, throws down the ultimate. They immediately delete Leona. Bin still tries to make something of it though. Night you see walking around the back of the Dragon Pit, so they're so separated. Plus they have already lost Leona that it is a double kill for Han.
Wih, sangat bahagia aja.
That's gonna give the hope right back. No delusion necessary.
No,
that's real.
And Caps as well, why he wasn't able to pick up a kill, he minimized the gold a little bit. Plus you just saw the combo, even though it was a wall already pre-existing, Kobe.
Yeah.
Like the CC chain when Broken Blade has ult, when Caps is able to land Flash Frost as well, that Q. How good the CC actually looks and how hard it is for BLG to move away if they get picked.
Okay, well, we rotate the Lethality Varus into mid lane here. Ghost Blade finished, so very good position for Hans at the moment. Off those 2 kills. Just spam clear wave. Remain fairly safe. A lot of vision around mid lane is in BLG's favor though, so you have to be a little bit worried about Kiana plays. Shadow here is actually looking for one of them at the moment.
Well, the flare slows Hans Summer down. He cleanses, scared as well as Shadow comes into range. So Hansama down to Summoner, with the engage now following up with On as well. It's a win from Spider or Glacial Fisher. Either way, it's a dead ice man. Hansama left alone. Skumon covering the bases, but a great pick from BLG.
Yep, there they go. They delete the Braum this time around. Bottom side got pushed in though, so G2 have the wave into the bottom side, and the rotation up here for BLG means they're just going to drop that wave as Knight is hovering around for a repeat play. Is Knight looking for?
Oh, Skumon went in deep for that. He wanted Elk with the wind becomes lightning. On is just continuously punishing and sending out Zenith Blades on this 100% KP Leona.
So BLG with that, you know, congregation of 4 people.
Wait.
Kalau Pio. Anjir.
G2 are following this up. They've got the adrenaline rush now as On is close to dying himself. LeBron sitting on the last cone. He'll take it under turret. Flash away.
Gak mati-mati anjing. Alah.
Caught him well.
Oh, BB gets the solo kill onto Binny Boy up there with the Poppy 2-0 now. G2 just run BLG off the map.
Opens up the Herald as well. There have been some really good punishes and a really good bounce back here from the EU first seeders. Broken Blade denying a whole family of minions. Look at how many going down. The turret's going to go with it as well.
Yeah, here's how he started out. Good combo into the wall, and then just chases him down. The red buff here on Broken Blade, just pelting him, saves the W for the correct timing. Bin annihilated. And then they also got the chase down on the other side here. On flashed away, but...
Fighting again, I think we are. Cap's almost caught out. He's got the Ignivir available, and it might go down quickly as Knight has caught it in good flash. Frost as LeBron tries to get his mid laner out, but in front of 3 members of BLG, there is no resurrecting now. Knight gets the other kill to help with the True Shot barrage. 4-1 continues to scale.
And G2 still, despite the success that they had in the last couple of plays, have to be careful, especially skirmishes through jungle. You do not want to fight through jungle versus Ryze and Kiana here. The pickoff for BLG, quite nice. Leona, long range ultimate is always very annoying to deal with. So Egg Nivea now down, so no extra egg defenses for Caps, plus going down, giving that extra money over to BLG. The UI with a dark seal, by the way, right next to a tier, just
4,285 stacks of tier.
Imagine if those were all dark seal stacks.
He's got 6k AP.
Yeah, Knight's not quite that strong. He is strong.
He's strong,
but he's not quite that strong. So anyways, back to the dragon stacking here for G2. This is going to be really early dragon stacking for them as well, because as you critically pointed out, even though the first skirmish around dragon ended up going poorly for them, they
udah main, udah tadi.
objective to start it out, and so it is going to be a very early dragon soul, albeit a Chemtech one, which honestly Chemtech soul versus a Kiana, who's is a lot of burst, is, you know, can be quite nice. More survivability for this, you know, Braum, Poppy, Anivia squad.
Yeah, the bruisers, the tanks, like, I know we're having a big conversation with Orcs yesterday watching the games, but champions that can really thrive below that 50% mark, and I feel like Xin Zhao's one of them, Poppy, as you said.
Yeah.
So, not the worst soul, and especially the individual stats that are going to come out here for G2, with 3 now adding a pressure point on the map. Like, that dragon stacking has given them a lot of life in this game.
Let's see, BLG attempting another bot side play, but they walked over vision to get here, so G2 already getting their counterplay ready.
Broken Blade's not letting the wave crash. The presence currently steadfast as BB runs out of the cooldown, and Shadow spotted out here with Skumon's discovery, and it's just about getting themselves some vision. Atakan is on this bottom side this game, so G2 are hovering around in mass, trying to get some defensive vision so they don't get shut out of the area.
Poke damage going down from both sides here. Slow shot from Hansama on that side. What? Anivia farming top with no teleport at the moment, so G2 just have to be calm, collected, focus on the minions. You do not have a timer right now. And Braum defense is very good.
Yeah.
So Caps is able to finish up the wave on top side, get his reset off, and no further blood, although there will be stone taken, as Knight will grab the tower for himself. And the Ryze will become a problem, Hysterics. The split push for Ryze later. Although it might be hard to navigate team fights, again, into Braum, Anivia, Poppy, Xin. lots of annoying front line to deal with. So I think BLG should really index fairly heavily into their side lane prowess. Really leverage the split push advantage that they do have.
True. Because you ain't never getting through mid wave.
Kalah turret G2.
Speak properly.
Iya, makanya golnya lebih menang BLG.
It's usually surprising. I feel like
Iwan nyawanya tinggal berapa? 1.
set up a camp and never leave. Kind of champion.
Besok kalau kalah pulang Tiwan.
Would be so much more relevant.
Protect the nest.
That is an eagle. You're right.
Tiwan udah main tadi cuy.
So nothing to leverage there with the passive as Atakan just spawned. Again, down this bottom side, Labrov is clearing out vision, dropping some of his own, and G2 are currently pinging, holding the river right now on this important objective, trying to make sure they see the approach from BLG. Labrov playing it by the curtain here, but as On clears out the ward, G2 currently hold river, quite dark.
See how they move their way in. Mid priority first for G2, that's good, push the wave. Bottom side priority might be a little bit more difficult to get. Caps is currently pushing in the wave at the moment, but the tri-brush is dark.
BO1 ini.
BLG have to be a little bit careful if they approach. Bottom side tower is already dead even before Herald. And Otacon started up. So, G2
Lah nggak dipakai pindah ke mid gitu.
and the Otacon's getting burned out.
Cuma buat buying time buat peta.
Lah kenapa? Oh iya dia mau inin attack. Selamat Jir. Oke.
Hampir selamat, cuman Heraldnya udah keburu mati ya.
Ngebaik buat ini doang, atakan doang nggak?
Oh, dikejar kan?
Kabur aja, kabur aja.
And therefore G2 will take the ultimate sacrifice as a win.
Caps, the distraction eagle, is effective. He flies into the face of BLG, knowing it is a one-way ticket. Well, he was kind of hoping that it was going to be a Herald out ticket.
He almost got out if that Herald wasn't low.
Yeah, very close, hoping that it was going to be a Herald out ticket, but even with the sacrifice and not being able to get out, still acquiring the Otacon here for G2 and that permanent power.
The replay again, because yeah, it's at 3K here. Imagine if it was a bit healthier.
Operation Sacrifice Eagle. He flashes over.
Oh, he's
able to get inside, but it immediately goes down, so they collect him. Regardless, though, G2 calculated in sacrificing to be able to get the Otacon and get out.
Let's get it out and get out again.
Love it. Get out. Get it out.
Get in, get back out again.
Yep.
As we do, Otacon, though, permanent buff here. A lot of petals for G2 as well. See if the split push does become an issue, though. Because they do still have the extra teleport on Bin, even though Knight is using his currently to get back out.
What is Shadow doing?
What?
He just jumped into EU, said, do you remember me? Well, now we will. On as well is going to get stunned up as G2 found him over the wall. In front as well, Knight flashes out. Shadow decided to be ambitious right in front of 5 members.
Yeah, that's going to be Dragon Soul, Hysterics. I mean, that is not the way that we envision the Dragon Soul fight going, but G2 will take it for sure. Shadow jumps, one-way ticket, right over the edge there.
Soul. G2 have just taken Soul.
And they may have taken a
Ini Caps role-nya support Jir. Itu hero scaling Jir. Lihat aja tuh. Build-nya pakai apa? Liandry, terus Roden. Apa namanya lupa gue. Rod of Edge. Roa. Tapi si itu tuh berdamage kan Adi? Si Nanivia itu?
Ada, damage-nya cuma lama. Itu harus harus kekep musuhnya di ulti gitu.
Oh, yang kena yang bulatan itu ya? Itu apa? Ada reduce defense-nya?
Enggak, dia kayak nge-slow di area situ sama damage overtime. Kalau di match pakai ulti, itu skill 3-nya tuh cooldown-nya di setengahin gitu. Jadi bisa di skill 3 terus.
Udah pulang.
It's a good start for BLG. Elk just pressed E over the wall, and now a new one erupts with the ice splitting between BLG, but Baron's up in a minute. It will be 40 seconds for Broken Blade, and BLG still aren't out of this game yet.
I mean, we're going to get a really quick Elder Dragon in this game because Soul was taken so quickly too. So we're going to get some more excitement, Hysterics. Like, very powerful buffs are arriving to the Rift very quickly here. Red buff is already taken. Baron arriving in 30 seconds.
Elk getting ulti? No, rather it's on tonight. Again, the wall's up and available. Bit of frostbite added. Flash frost onto Elk. He cleanses. Meanwhile, the bottom side of the fight is Shadow and the rest. And
Bitch. Waduh.
Realm want to save Knight's life. Elk Arcane shifts away as well. And Shadow's getting poked out between Hans, between Caps. So many projectiles. And
Mati ini kena.
Mati nih naik nih.
so close to ticking.
Oh anjir.
Anjir jauh banget, Cok. Oh, dari buah ya? Dari dragon ya? Anjing jauh banget lompatnya nih. Oh, tetap kena, cuy. Itu dia Broken Blade.
Anjir, dapat Baron dong.
Iya, Baron ini free Baron anjir.
For them to get, unless Shadow came up with some heroics. I mean, you are getting on teleport out to mid lane, but there's not much he can do about it. Spellbook maybe?
Gak usah Leona mau ngapain.
It's like he cannot get
Apa mau nyuri gitu?
at the moment, and
Ada gila-gilanya.
the enemy blue buff, so should be Baron for G2.
Broken Blade's gonna add a turret to it soon as
Iya, G2 menang ini. Nggak mungkin G2 menang, guys. Ya kali, Ji.
we only just got the Mascot prize.
Asal gak ada choke sih, ini menang ya.
So
Asal
now
nggak
it's all
tiba-tiba
now with
nge-throw.
Baron, the early elder you talked about. Well, gold is still in BLG's favor somehow. G2 have
Ayo do something, bro.
to make this game a win and beat down BLG, much like 100 Thieves did. It might just be the start of a tournament for the West too.
And BLG are going to quickly be faced, if they lose this game, with the possibility of elimination already from World 2025. I mean, G2 are certainly looking like they're going to push them there with the Baron buff plus the Dragon Soul. It's a good point about the gold, though. BLG still capable of fighting this Elder Dragon fight. 2.5 minutes. If you get a smite steal, or you just win the Elder Dragon fight, oftentimes that can just change the entire game in your favor. So we'll see. Well, the thing is, the engages from BLG right before a lot of these objectives, like one of the earlier Dragons, going in onto the Braum, and then having Bingo in as well, and then the previous one with Shadow jumping in, getting deleted, have been really rough for BLG. And so G2, I think if they just remain calm, stand okay.
Oh, digas kah? Oh, nice. Telat lo Broken Blade cuy, masih menang, Jir. Oh, tapi bagus banget dindingnya. Wah. Tapi bagus banget ya buat ngecounternya ya. Apa namanya? Kena ultinya Leona masuk langsung ulti Braum, Jir. Gitu menang, Cak. Menang ya. Lawan BLG nih.
Leona sih
Berarti BLG jadi 1-2 juga ini. Iya. Dikasih emot sedih anjing. Bang mau ngapain, Bang? Mau angpa ya?
Anjir, gak ada yang mukulin Nexus. Mau bunuh dulu. Oh, dapat lagi ya.
Ketemu BLG nih, Faker, coy. The fuck?
Iya, bisa jadi ya.
1 win lagi, cuy. Lolos, cuy.
Damn.
Dia ini kan, dia 1-1 kan berarti ya?
2-1
ya.
In a lot of those fights, the boys.
2-1 berarti bisa ketemu siapa aja, tapi e-sport udah gak mungkin. Gak ada rematch. Tapi kalau ketemu CFO, rusuh tuh gamenya ya.
CFO yang tim mana ya? Tim
yang daerah kita, region kita.
Oh iya.
Between 100 Thieves and Hum Alive, Kobe, I'm going to start believing in them too. Let's go!
Yang ini sama Gam ya? Nice banget itu wallnya tadi. Iya. Cepat banget ya cooldownnya ya. Udah habis nge-wall di situ, nge-wall lagi di base anjir. Oke guys, sepertinya kita nobarnya cukup sampai di situ aja. Kalau misalnya kalian mau nobar, silahkan nobar di channel official Habis ini yang main itu HLE lawan 100 Thief, 100 Thief itu tim Latin Amerika cuy, Brazil harusnya udah pasti menang HLE sih Jin.
NA itu, mana terus tuh NA.
Ini Jir, LTA Jir.
Nah, LTA tuh gabung. Amerika gabung. Terakhir digabung Amerika kan.
NA digabung sama LTA.
Iya, cuman katanya tahun depan mau balik lagi sih NA sendiri, katanya.
Oh gitu. Halo Gan Eiger. Oke, kayak kita sampai di situ gitu aja guys. Thank you semuanya, thank you juga Nardi. Kita ketemu lagi di live besok. Kita lihat kekalahan T1 besok cuy.